the music I had yesterday, like yourself, your mate Raymond, a few other people I know, like the music has a substance to it. Do you know what I mean?
It makes it feel more of a show. Like,
Yeah. So, fuck, what's he saying? His opening lines. Oh, Jesus Christ! In Raymond's song "Imaginary." Um,
well, I honestly, honest to death, like that's my man's, that's my engineer. That's like I fuck with him on a real life type time, but his music's a little bit like in a lane that I'm not comfortable with. But I do support his music. Don't get me wrong.
he reminded me of a Big Crit song that I really like.
Yeah,
And so his chorus goes, "All alone in this world, can you imagine, baby? All I got is my friends, and they imaginary." I'm like, oh shit! Like, and I think it was you that played it in your live, and I was like, yo,
yeah,
who the fuck is that?
that's a fact. I remember that now.
Yeah,
Now I remember how you guys met each other. Now I definitely remember
yeah.
now.
So like, I was like, oh shit, okay, I need to find who sung that song. And then yeah, and then I literally put up anyone want to try this like podcast thing, and he was just like literally just called me and was like, let's go. I was
He's
like,
a businessman, bro.
okay.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, like yesterday as well, I said, Matt, like, because I'm trying to write about lust, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really struggling with the chorus, and he was just like, yo, send it over. I was like, okay. Sent it to him, and he was like,
Word.
yeah, I can write something for that. I was like, all right, okay, I ain't gonna say no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like that, bro. He's a real kind person when it comes to his business and his music.
Oh,
He
definitely.
shows that he shows that he enjoys it more than the average person just trying to get money out of it.
Mm.
You should definitely see X-Ray Studios though, because them shit, yeah, like literally his studio. You like him as an artist, just imagine him as a businessman on his engineer side. He's even a better engineer than he is an artist, but that doesn't take away from his artistry.
Oh
Trust me.
no, they're two different crafts in themselves.
Lanes, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for you to be able to do those type of things with the music and the generation I'm around, the only couple people that I can even give the benefit of the doubt of being able to do that at a higher degree on industry level is like what Kanye, like fucking Childish Gambino, J. Cole used to do it in the very beginning. Like people that can make their own beats, and shout out to local people as well. Like Zach Rotz with 0610 in my city. Man, there's a couple people out there, man, that really self-produce their shit, make everything from scratch. It's a whole different type of method of making a song that I haven't even like ventured out to. But trust me, I'm definitely in the making of being that type of artist because that broadens your horizon of what you know about the craft. And the more you know, there's more power to you, man. Honestly, if you literally got a craft that you fuck with and you know that is like what you represent, I would hope that you would have the interest at some point in your life to try to learn as much as you can about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just settle on knowledge of music
Mm.
because it's endless. You never really know everything.
My teachers at uni, they say once you know the rules of music, you know where to break the rules in music.
You get what I'm saying?
So it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. For years, I kind of got into this in 2008 when my friend was like, "Do you reckon you could put your poetry to music?" I was like, "Fuck, man, I don't know. Well, let's give it a go." So from 2008 until like basically last year, I just been in and out of it because like confidence
That's
issues
what's
and
up,
stuff like
though.
that. I've been like, yeah, whatever. We're like, cool. And then started uni last year, and teachers was like, yeah, like try this, try that, blah blah blah. And you're just like, oh shit, okay, maybe I can do this. Like they say, once you start to learn the rules, you can kind of see where you can break them, where you can cut corners. Like,
Hmm. And that's how artists literally produce masterpieces in a matter of like an honest
mm,
rubric artist routine would be dropping an album every year,
yeah,
to at least stay with the industry method. But imagine what the time and practice it takes to even be able to deliver message purpose, like just content full albums in a matter of that 12 months. It takes almost like literally 6 months to do a mixtape. All albums and mixtapes are totally different when it comes to content. You could just fill a mixtape up with throwaway tracks, and it'll literally be a solid mixtape. But
mm,
for you to make an album, it has to have it's like a 5 page essay compared to literally like a graduation project where damn near the work and the just the content is just a different level. It's
Yeah.
like pretty much all you got that year that you're putting in that album. A mixtape, you could drop 3 mixtapes. That's cool. That'll build your name. But that one album you drop per year is what's representing what you got for the
Well,
rest
yeah. I
of the
mean,
year. You know what I'm saying?
look at Rihanna. What was the last fucking album she dropped? I think it was Fenty or something like that. But I
Yeah.
mean, she dropped that what 5 years ago, and people are still like,
Still
yeah,
having that shit trendy.
yeah, and like I think it's still in the top 100, top 200, something like that
Mm-hmm.
over there.
Yep.
Like, if you could bring it, people are still gonna be there.
I feel like if you could reach a like the past generation, like for music was the best because they were built around longevity.
Mm,
Like Usher, they like Justin Timberlake, like people that got their feet in the game, and they it wasn't guaranteed, but the work alone guaranteed your longevity. Now it's kind of like the game is built around what's popular,
yeah,
and the crowd pretty much is weirdos now. You got to be negative in an aspect. You got to derogatorize. You got to like dirty your name up pretty much for you to have any type of like longevity. If you don't have any bad publicity, it won't last as good as the good. And that's fucked up because it used to be backwards. Like when you did something good, that shit used to shine in the news and TMZ more than the bad. But like it just seems like now if you do bad, you reach headlines faster than you do when you do good. And it's like it's fucked up. It's crazy.
but again, that's because back then we like. I mean, all right, you might have had a bit of social media, like the beginning of like MySpace and stuff like that.
Yeah. But like AOL and shit like that.
You didn't really have like everything we've got now. So
Mm-hmm.
everything that they did then, it was built business wise. But now everything we do now is just built for someone to shout "World Star!" Like,
Yeah.
like the quicker someone could shout "World Star" on a video,
Everything would just be publicized with a snap of a finger.
yeah, literally everything is just like that. Like, you put up a status, put up a video, boom.
Pop a perk, you fucking publicize that shit as a fucking millionaire public figure. You feel me?
See what I mean?
There's so many people that literally like their mental depression states get higher and risk due to the fact of them being public figures. Like I've watched so many people I actually were fans of in music, like kind of like self destruct because of all the publicity and just the self.
No one like they don't teach you that either, which is
Fucked up because that's a big part of
mm,
being an artist, like dealing with having a strong mental state of mind.
yeah. Because I mean, like you could be just doing whatever like today, and someone will hear your thing to like not necessarily tomorrow, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And yeah, all of a sudden you're getting all these people. They're like, yo, cut, like, let's take pictures, do this, do that, and you're like, yo, who the
just treating you
fuck are
like a
you?
star.
Like,
Just the local outlook on artists, music, versus when you reach that contract dotted line. The life is completely different, and if you're not ready for it in a mental state, it'll literally take control of you. Like
mm,
you know what I'm saying? If you don't take control of it, if you don't have the right cards set in place to take control of that, and illustrate that without like if you can't be your own manager before you even reach a reasoning to have one, then you're not set for the game. This is why people sometimes they'll drop hits, and yeah, they'll call them one hit wonders, but these people really have more than one hit. They just don't know how to deliver, market, or publicize them in the right way. They don't know how to get those people to look at them for a certain amount of time
mm.
without getting overran by these other artists. Like it's like a race nowadays. Like,
Yeah,
okay, he's
yeah, cause
dropping an album. I'm gonna drop a fire mixtape, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop this for free, but it's gonna take away like it's like a voting system, to be honest, but it's with views. Like pretty much when people damn near see people's release dates from marketing and promoting without dropping that date, it's not really promoting. People don't know when that day is gonna happen. But when you do give them that information, it gives a kind of fair playing ground for other artists to take away that attention from you from dropping music on those certain dates. You get what I'm saying?
mm.
And I definitely see certain artists from just my city do that as well. Like when I let people know that I got a project coming out a certain day or a mixed video, like a music video, I'll see like a couple other people like with like the same release dates after like months and months of me talking about the release date. Like it's crazy. Like bad marketing can also fuck you up as much as it can benefit you. The way that you build your craft and the way that you build your business is key. It's key because then you open doors that you don't even need to go through, and
Hmm.
that takes up time. And when you're at a 25 to like 28-year-old rate trying to do this music shit, everybody knows it's nothing against you, but trust me, bro, nobody wants to sign anybody that doesn't have longevity in their life. Like if you already are 35 and 38 and you're about to reach that 40, listen, you got to be really fucking talented for somebody to even invest in you without even thinking about longevity. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about you being old 5, 7 years from now because you have longevity. You have a reasoning to be seen still, regardless of your age. But some people can't see past that. So it all plays a long part in what I'm trying to say. Like build your craft, build your mindset, and critique your music to a point that even if you weren't in a position to have a manager, you're your own manager and make decisions as if you had one. Like you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you got to be your own businessman until you gather a team. Like can't basically what I'm doing with you, Wayne. To be honest, like I got somebody that has a mindset set for business. So at the end of the day, if I know that my mindset is not right on the lane that I want to be, I got people that can make sure that I straighten it up. You know what I'm saying? I might not be 87, but I'll be at that 90-degree angle I want to be when I got people around me that, let me know I'm tripping if I do too much or if I'm not doing enough. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's all about what you do around you that makes your delivery, your music, your purpose deliver a little bit more easier.
I agree. I totally agree with it. Touching back on the understanding of music as well, I think as an art, like even if you just are an artist, like you just want to be a singer or a rapper, I feel like knowing a little bit of what they do as well helps you along the way, so that
Yeah.
if you go into into the studio or whatever, they don't mug you off.
Yeah, like you don't look like you don't belong.
Yeah, something I saw the other day, some picture on Facebook with like Denzel Washington. So I don't know. I think Denzel probably said it, but I don't know. But it's like if you hang around with five successful people, you're gonna be the six. You
You
hang
get what I'm
around with
saying?
five idiots, you're gonna be
You're
the
gonna be
six.
the six.
Now, when you look at that, I don't know. You gotta have some big bollocks just to kind of be like, you gone, or you, yeah, I can still fuck with you, but not in that sense.
Yeah, you gotta love people from a distance. It's hard to be able to decipher who's worthy of keeping them or who's not. But like you let them make their own decisions in a way. Like you let them kind of cut their own string off. You know what I'm saying? Or burn
Yeah,
their own bridge. Because with that, it's like you could seem like the bad guy for certain situations, but when you think about yourself and the longevity, and you think of yourself in the long run, it's all worth it.
yeah,
There's no reason to keep a bad seed when all around the whole purpose and the whole team around you is tidy. You know what I'm saying? They're all on the straight and narrow. That one bad seed that sticks out can ruin the whole team. It can ruin the motivation. It can ruin the purpose. It can ruin just the whole dedication that your team has around you. So having bad seeds around you is bad. It's also bad to deal with, but like I said, I let people cut their own strings off and watch them fall as they do because nobody with bad intentions, even if friend or not, I don't care how long I knew you. You know what I'm saying? I can meet somebody tomorrow. In the same amount of time that I know you, I can learn about them in that exact time from that day. So it doesn't really matter. Time is just a number. You can't really just base your friendship off of time because people could be fake for 7 years and you notice on the eighth. So at the end of the day, like just numbers. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Like none of that shit plays a part when it comes to me. Like I have no problem cutting off anybody that is in my life as long as they give me a proper reasoning to and they cut their own string. Like I said, you give me that proper reasoning, I'm gonna give you that proper cutoff. And I won't even let niggas know when I cut them off. I'll let niggas just sit in my inbox trying to get my attention for 3 years. And then notice, like, finally, yeah, like this nigga don't fuck with me because it's been 3 years and I'll even see you in person. You catch me at the store or something. I really will leave you on scene in person as well. You talk to me, I'll literally look at you and not even reply, like for real. Because at the end of the day, if I cut you off, you're dead in my world. That's a big world to be dead in. You feel me? I brought in my horizon for everybody. Nobody can sit here and say they tried talking to me and my mindset was like a brick wall to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm an easy door to go through. But once you go through that door and you start acting like my rules don't apply when it comes to my life, nah, man, listen. I don't ever allow people into my space and think that they just can throw their shoes wherever they want, or not worry about cleaning up after themselves. At the end of the day, the way that you live is the way that people are going to see you as, and the way that you let people treat you is how everybody else is going to treat you. So you got to let people know that when they come around you, you teach them how to treat you. Even when it comes to music, because everybody's going to come around with their little pride and their little hostility and their egos, but it's up to you to shut that shit down. Or just be another follower or a fan that fucks with them and looks like a dick rider, but in all reality, you just look as bad as them. Like you said, you could be literally the 6 millionaire or you could be the 6 idiot. You could choose. There's only two type of people in this world, and those are succeeders and losers. At the end of the day, it's who you want to end up with. Can't have no surrenders in this one, man. Listen, I think I can literally speak for a lot of people that are of age that wish they could get a couple years back that they wasted with a couple people that were temporary.
Again, I agree with that. Some people, and yeah, some people and some experiences. Like I wish that it didn't take me 12 years, basically, to do what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Like, so that's 12 years of
Hard work, dedication, learning more,
mm,
proper like applying yourself, discipline, marketing, business adventures, business vendors, people that literally could have invested in you, people that could have damn near at least threw a bone at you. You know how much that shit adds up? Off of just Facebook alone just taught me that the people I met that are out of state, the people that are out of country like you, there's people that I wish I could have around me, but that doesn't change the fact that I still can't learn or lean towards them for
oh
better
yeah, definitely.
support. And you know what I'm saying? Like you can still, there's still avenues to learn and progress. It's
Yeah.
just, it matters on the person that's willing to do that. You feel me? You could either take a mile walk and get shortcuts during the way, or you could go the whole 2 miles without a shortcut.
It reminds me of something KRS once said in an interview. He basically says like you can see these rappers blow up overnight and you'll be like, "Oh man, I want that story," but you don't know what that story is. Like for me, I dabbled in '08 and I've been in and out since. And
Yeah,
then my dad died in 2010 and that cost me pretty much 10 years of severe depression and shit I had to get over. But for other people, that may have been seeing their best friend get shot or losing family members to
yeah.
drugs. Like you don't know what people have been through. Like
Somebody's purpose in that in their livers.
yeah, like for example, someone might write something and then all of a sudden something unfortunate might happen and then they have to go through this whole process again
Yeah, they got to
to
go
get it.
through
I
life
mean,
again because
yeah,
there's certain type of setbacks.
yeah, like 50 Cent getting shot, what, 9 times? Do you really want to get
Nine
shot
times,
nine
bro.
times? Like,
Yeah, for real, for real.
and the game, he got shot, what, 5 times?
Yeah,
Yeah, do you really want, like, don't get me wrong, they're both amazing people. I have nothing to get it, but that's the unfortunate thing in their story that makes,
yeah,
but that then makes their story. It's like, look, I got this. This happened to me. I'm proof that you can come through this. So
yeah.
why ask to tell their story when you can tell your own, because your own might be something else that changes someone else.
People level out their own differentials and they make themselves look stupid and lame when they want to live somebody else's story through their music.
Mm,
That's why I don't listen to a lot of people's music, because you could tell that the half the things that people spit and the people that make music on somebody else's life. What about yours? Why is yours not important as the person you just sat there and wrote about? You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
People don't take the time to even care about that, and that's why as artists, I only level myself to fuck with a couple. The majority is gonna do that. The minority is not gonna care about the other person's story to write a song about it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna stick to themselves.
Mm,
It's like if you could literally buy a game set around you and you go and buy another game that's set around somebody else, we are not the same people, because it's like you want to be somebody else. Like I wouldn't want to be nobody. I'd rather be me every day, even if it's a fucked up setting and in a poverty state and whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta love yourself enough that you wouldn't want to choose nobody besides you if you
mm,
had the choice. You get what I'm saying?
yep.
Shit, bro. I mean, let me at least just try to tell you a little bit about me. You know what I'm saying? At least for content. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like,
J.Sinatra, been knee deep. I'll say knee deep because literally, it really been like this for me since 13. You know what I'm saying? I've been involved in basketball from 12 and down. Like I say, like I was in basketball since 4 years old when I was able to even pick one up and dribble. Focused on that in baseball. Came up 12 years old, got into a horrific car crash with my mother. That damn near made the car spiral out. I landed in an airport. Like I was fucked up. Like eye socket, eyeball came out the socket. Damn near fractured skull. I was in a coma for 3 months. Damn near brain shifted. Refreshed my memory and all that. I didn't remember nothing from eighth grade and before that.
oh shit.
So like I was a different person and I had to rebuild myself, you know what I'm saying? So when it came down to even playing basketball, couldn't even do that because like I said, my eye socket was all fucked up. I came out hanging by a string, like, come on man, I was fucked. I looked like somebody just did a brutality to me on Mortal Kombat.
Huh.
That's what I looked like.
Oh man,
So
that's
like pretty much after that, I tried to go back to basketball. The hardest part I would say was noticing that with basketball it requires vision, and if you don't got 20/20, it's really hard for you to like just start learning how to play basketball again when your vision is not impaired the same. I was a 20/20 viewer, bro. I had vision like an eagle. So like when it came down to like now I'm 40/40, bro, life was so hard for me. Like I couldn't even see past the block. I had to learn how to fucking read slower because my vision was just like it slowed everything down for me, from the jump shot to the layup to the drive to the dribble to the defense to everything. Like I had to learn the whole game over. So I was depressed. I was angry. I was mad. Only thing I could literally find that I was good at, not necessarily good at, but I had interest to be better than everybody that I was around that did it, was music. You know what I'm saying? So toned down after basketball. I say 14 years old. After that, I started putting the motherfucking lyrics in the book, going to school, not even paying attention to school because I was too busy in that one notebook writing. You know what I'm saying? Class going on in front of me, don't even care. Like, came out. My first name was Jay Young, and I didn't know why I even wanted to be called Jay Young, but that was just pretty much what the name was. But I say after I turned 17, I noticed that the whole interest of music started because I was a pianoist when I was damn near playing basketball as well. Like during school, I used to be in music class. I was in choir. I damn near even went to church school, like on Sunday church school. Like
yeah,
I wasn't the best kid growing up, but damn near my mom put me in all those extracurricular events because of the simple fact that that time that I had after school wasn't being utilized in the best ways. I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I was getting in trouble. I was in the middle of damn near North New Jersey to Sayreville to Trenton to everywhere in the damn fucking New Jersey state to finally move to PA and, get my shit together and started actually taking school serious, you know what I'm saying? Got my grades up when I got over here. I cleaned my life up a little bit. But you know, kind of grew up over here. The music got a little bit more intense as I got in PA because it was less distractions, less people that damn near, distracted me from what I wanted to do in
mm.
life. But yeah, man, like I say, like the biggest interest I had for music, J. Cole. I grew up on J. Cole from damn near come up season, or Cole Summer. The mixtapes go on Friday Night Lights, 2 and 1. You know what I'm saying? To Big L, to Rakim, and a whole bunch of just classic people. Like damn, near people that not everybody will listen to in my generation, but I was ahead of my time because I was like I have an old head soul. You know what I'm saying? Like I tend to like literally attract connections and friendships with people that are beyond my age, like that are in their 40s, that are in their 50s, they're touching. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me, it's a lot more in depth with my music. I make some music for the people that are of my age, but they're not for my music is categorized. If I had to put it in a box, I would put for not simple-minded people. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's literally the best categorized I can put it under. Like If somebody was to lane my shit, it would be more than storytelling. It would literally be like, not simple minded. If you're not simple minded, this music's for you because in every way, when you play a song, I'm in your mind. Like I'm in your mind, making you think about shit that you wouldn't think about on a simple day or everything that's going regular for you. You know what I'm saying? These are lanes that you wouldn't explore on a regular mind.
Yeah.
And every song I have, it's like a roller coaster of emotions. Like I'll make you feel sad with What If. I'll turn you up with Get It, I'm Gone. I'll literally, make you think about investing and thinking of success with my Closer to My Dreams remix or just certain shit that I attack with my music. It has a different purpose and it has a different lane that my fans, know they're gonna go through. They're gonna go through an emotional roller coaster with my songs. That's pretty much what the categorize I would put under it. But
Hmm.
other than that, I wouldn't know what kind of artist I would categorize myself as.
From that and from what I hear, I mean, and as you say, you're a big J Cole fan, and you can tell that that definitely what's what like resonates within your music. Was that good?
Hold on, don't edit this out. Ooh. All right, so what were you saying?
I, I was saying like your songs like What If and everything else, and the what like the way you talk about your music, the way that you do your music, like in tracks What If, you can tell that J Cole definitely has an yeah definitely resonates within who you are, and you could definitely hear it in What If, because I mean, I know I've told you this 1,000 times, but what if just hits differently, man, just hits differently, and you can definitely tell that um uh I think the track's called What. Fuck, man, I can't even remember the name of the track. It's the first track on the For Your Eyes Only, I think the album is. Yeah, it reminds me For Whom the Bell Tolls on the For Your Eyes Only album. That's a fucking beast of a track, that one. In
Yeah,
fact, that whole album is fucking good, but
you gotta see it. You gotta hear a song called Unabomber. That's like literally one of my favorite songs from J Cole.
yeah.
Or Dead, any of the Dead Presidents. He has like four of them. All the Dead Presidents are fire. Man, listen, J. Cole is somebody I could literally tell you about. I could talk about him for hours because I just know that much about him. Literally the biggest part of my, like, uh, idolization. Like, that's the main one I idolize, but there's more. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely more that play a part. A funny story about J. Cole alone is that, but we have like a Dorney Park around here. That it's like a water park and like a roller coaster park. I can remember like my very first relationship. Like when I was 15, like I was so knee deep into like learning like bar for bar, like the structure. I was trying to be him so bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I was trying to be exactly like him in every way in music. So like I damn near beat my brain to a point where it was like every word I even heard for the next 20 weeks, I say, or like for the next 2 years, I'm like gonna play J Cole, J Cole, J Cole. Yo, that shit was like literally summer school back to back for music for me. Like I damn near went to an amusement park, like I was gonna tell you, with my very first relationship I had, and this girl I was with for like I say like 2 years, and we used to always go to this park. You know what I'm saying? We would walk around. We even go with people. But every day that we went, she used to have a problem with me because I would always have my headphones in, even when I'm spending time with like certain people that damn near I spent my time with. Every time, I don't care what I was doing, playing ball, at work, in school, yo, I swear, everywhere I could play my damn songs or music at, bro, J Cole was getting played in the middle of the park, like everywhere, to a point that damn near everybody had a problem with me because they couldn't even get a piece of time from me without me always listening to music. It got to a problem where like, yeah, like, everybody was like, "Oh, yo, take your headphones out, take your headphones out." Man, listen, man. If y'all literally were in the mindset I was in, you would understand. Like these headphones ain't coming out for nothing. I don't care if I'm getting shot at and need to hear what's going on around me. This shit is gonna stay on because it was like, yo, when I first heard his songs and I was becoming a fan, I became a fan hard, like where there was nobody getting played besides him for a good 4 to 5 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I isolated myself with him.
Mm.
So this shit is like to a point where it's like I don't listen to him as much, but I feel like I graduated from the school of J. Cole. Like how much I damn near just I taught myself too much about him that damn near I can't lose an argument when it comes to him at all. Even with him. If I were to get into an argument with him, I'd probably beat him in an argument just about himself. Like that's the crazy part. That's how much I am a fan of him for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, big, definitely a big guy that plays a part in the reasoning on J Cole. I mean J.Sinatra. Like more than the right reason why I picked my name. Like his name is illustrated off his name, but J just in general, the whole J dot. You know what I'm saying? J period. Like I did my segment name off of him. You know what I'm saying? But also off of Frank Sinatra as well. Like I took the Sinatra name, but I also kept the J. Cole style with just, J. Cole, J. Sinatra. And in a way, when you say J and you say Sin and you start the word Sinatra, you're saying my government name. I don't know if a lot of people know that. My real name is Jason. So literally, when you say J and you say Sinatra, you're saying my first name
Mm.
before you even finish my stage name. So people don't know that, but yeah, that's a fun fact about me as well.
I was going to ask you about the Sinatra thing as well, because I remember you saying about that last time we spoke as well. So I was going to say if you could sort of re-go over the influence of what Sinatra is for you.
Yo, to be honest, like ever since I was in seventh grade and up, I remember there was a music class that was able to be taken after school hours as well. And like I said, my mom was like heavy on keeping me busy with certain shit that was like extracurriculum.
Yeah.
So anything to get out of Sunday school and any of the extra shit I didn't want to do, I try to fill it with things that I did want to do. And music in any way, I had that interest at that time and place. So I didn't think, I would like it as much as I did. But then when I got involved in it, Wayne, I was like obsessed with it. Like I wanted my own piano. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, because we were struggling. We were still in Jersey and shit. So, but the fact that I had a good enough music teacher that I was able to have a key into the school at a young age, have a key into the school, and like have extra classes with him alone, like private classes with him alone, to meet in the school and like learn the piano. He like my teacher knew that I had a certain interest for music more than my student, like my fellow students, because I
Yeah.
was there damn near like till like 7 in the afternoon, like damn near not even leaving school from 3 when I'm supposed to. I'm staying there 4 hours after the fact with a teacher, like beating a piano for like 4 hours and not even noticing the time. I damn near ended up, doing a couple like assignments, going home, like, you know, he'd leave me with a certain couple people that, played the piano just to learn and rubric off of those people. How he saw my interest for J. Cole, he wanted me to have the same interest for Frank, because there was a whole bunch of people that I listened and hours of watching videos play piano, and there was just nobody that I found interest more than Frank. And when I saw him play the piano, and I also learned about his influence that he had on his city, it's not far off of what rappers do. You know what I'm saying? So many rappers want to take over New York, but with this guy, man, this guy did it with an instrument.
Mm.
He didn't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit's crazy, man. He was like literally like a mobster OG, and played the piano and ran cities with just a key. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy. So that was a good enough influence on me from a young enough age that, like I told you, from 17, 16, I made that switch of a name from Jay Young to Jay Sinatra. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this name because the purpose on this name is better than whatever anybody else is talking about.
When I got into hip hop, I hate. It's weird. I hated hip hop before. Not before now. I fucking hated it. But my friend, I think I might have told you this. I think I have told you this before,
Yeah,
but
about the Wu Tang and
yeah,
all the people that he put you on to.
yeah. And then so anyway, the first person that like I say, I got DMX's first album is Dark and Hell is Hot. The Game's first album, the documentary, and yeah, I think I must have just listened repeat. In fact, I think I wore out the CD of the DMX album until I had to go and actually buy it.
That's how you know you really played that shit.
And then you find out like his first 5 albums went platinum, and
That's a fact.
yeah, so you found out he went 5 times platinum. At the moment, all I know is him and Tupac are the first albums to go platinum twice in 1 year,
Yeah.
and the only reason he did Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood is because the record label didn't believe he could do it again. They
Yeah, they
believed it was just a
discredited his
fluke.
own
So
label.
yeah, and he was just like, look, I spent 9 years waiting for this, and like he had his fucking mouth wired shut, like when he got found,
Yeah.
and he was just like, nah, this ain't no fluke. Like I can do this, and because DMX is so fucking raw with it, they were just like, nah, there's no way he could be that raw and go platinum again. So he was like, watch this, like just fucking watch me. Then he just did it, and they were like, mate, what the fuck, like, what the fuck.
That's a fact, though.
There's a program like VH1 used to do. I think it's like called Behind. It was called like Behind the Music or something. That DMX like biography they do, and they basically they got all these rappers to come into the studio to showcase themselves to be signed, and everyone was like pretty shit. And then DMX came in at the end. It's like he's got his mouth wired shut, and like I can't remember who the guy was, but he was just like, yeah, like DMX was going so hard you could hear the wires in his mouth snap, like basically breaking from where
Yeah,
he was coming at you with it, because like the man's a fucking monster. Like it will just come at
definitely
you.
is. He's definitely a legend now.
Mm.
Definitely will be remembered. I mean, even this is not even we're past his time now. Like, even though he is like still like out there and like spitting bars, but he is known as an OG of the game now because of how long it's been. But
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that he lost any of his talent in general. Maybe when you put the pickles.
He still does what he does, and well, I mean, like he's got Swiss beats by his side, hasn't he? So can't really go wrong with that.
Can't really lose with that. That's what I'm saying.
And I mean, like the fact that Swiss has stayed with him all this time and helped him.
Loyalty, man.
Yeah, like it says a lot about Swiss. It says a lot, and it says a lot about their friendship as well. Like,
Definitely is.
so you can't take anything from that. And then yeah, and then from DMX, and like then I found Joe Budden and the rawness in his kind of
I hate
lyrics.
that guy, man. Listen, that man is a fucking troll. He's a troll living. Like
Yeah.
that man really is not for the culture. He's really a culture vulture, to be honest.
Oh, well, the song "Pump It Up."
Yeah.
It's all about masturbation. The guy's number one single is meant to be about masturbation. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like for the song that everyone knows him for.
And it sucks because people that damn near probably listen to that song the most didn't even know that.
Mate, I didn't really listen to that song. In fact, I didn't really like that song. I got into Joe Budden because there was a song called "Walk with Me," which I heard play on the end of Def Jam 2 Fight for New York, and I
Yeah.
was like, mate, this song's fucking. What is this song? I need this song. Yeah, and that's how I got into him, just through that, not through the whole like pump it up, Joe Budden. No, I
Yeah.
was like, nah, we good. Then from there, it was like Wu-Tang Clan, then like Method Man, Raekwon, Jizza, Ghostface, kind of like
Word.
my main like my main inspirations coming from the Wu. Yeah, it's just kind of how it grew then, and then like I mean they're all storytellers in their way, so that's how I evolved as an artist. Like I
Word.
just got to try and keep it as real as I can and tell you whatever I can in the way that I can.
That's what it's about, to be honest. Longevity. If you don't got longevity, you're pretty much doing something that you devote a longer time to than what it lasts to be. People damn near spend their time like 10 years, 11 years in the game, not even being in the game just to get 2 years of relevance and not know anything about keeping it going.
Yeah.
It's not all about making it, to be honest. It's about what you're gonna do after you do. How you gonna stay on?
I mean, no one ever knows what their hit track is gonna be, and then once you've got your hit track, you've got probably maybe 2 weeks of playtime at tops. So
But I feel like certain artists, like what I was saying in the beginning, I feel like, bro, if you're a good enough critique and you're a good enough judgment on your own music to be able to judge whether this is going to be hit material or not, that plays a big part because I'm willing to, like, I'm willing to admit that the songs I have, like 3 songs that are literally like on SoundCloud and YouTube right now that have 600 to 700,000 views, but I called it. Like I called it for all of those songs. Like just with the proper promotion, just with the proper like etiquette and planning. Like everything's possible with the music, and the views are definitely like they don't have to be forged, but they can also be predicted.
mm,
And if you put the right work into it, and you know that damn near the algorithm that you build, and how many people are already having their eyes set on you, yeah, you can make anything happen with a proper incentive. You know what I'm saying? You let people know you're doing features for free. At the end of the day, they're gonna share your song however many times just to get your attention, just to get that free feature. Sometimes charger people puts an outlook on you that you're about business, but only on the money side of things. When you're able to do free features to people that are worthy of tracks, you only get the good artists that hit you up. You know what I'm saying? So
mm.
it's like that's how I usually got my views up, like doing songs with people and having their songs on their pages linked to my page, and them finding the songs that I have literally make by myself, and they become hits. You know what I'm saying? They become predicted hits because I drop them in proper times and keep the agenda going where it's planned and it's already thought of and expected on a certain amount of time. At the end of the day, like it's all about being your own manager. At the end of the day, if you can do that without a manager, imagine what you could do with one. You know what I'm saying? All that work and all that etiquette and all that knowledge you just built,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
necessarily need. But if your manager's not doing the most, you'll be able to know that.
Something my our business teacher talks a lot about as well in on the like on the music course that I'm doing. So it's kind of like well, like I said, they all say learn the rules so you can break them, but that doesn't just apply to music theory, like or production. That applies to everything, like
Applies for everything.
yeah, because I mean, at first, like you're always gonna be alone, like you're always alone. In fact, chart like music is a lot like childhood, like a lot like life. Like you decide you're gonna get into it, and you're lonely as fuck. And then it's like, right, I kind of got to find like a mentor that's gonna be like a mum or a dad, and then they kind of teach you it, and then you go out there, like you go to school sort of thing. You start making friends. Then you start learning, and that's kind of how it goes. So you got to learn all these different like sectors before you can kind of like bring someone on to do that sector for you.
That's a fact.
So you've got to learn um kind of what your key words are for throwing out your marketing. Like
You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to get somewhere walking before you could drive there.
if you got to crawl, then crawl, but don't ever fucking run. But you gotta you gotta learn all your like who you are. Then you have to teach them who you are, what your brand stands for, what color schemes you
You
got.
gotta build your brand before you even present it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Like and cut like you gotta. When I was doing this, like I think I spent a week researching colors. Like just for what colors represent what you kind of want to say, and it's just like
Hmm.
there's so much shit that you've got to kind of go through.
Reach out to get before you
Yeah.
can even make
And so
this work.
you've got to learn like why you're using a certain color, so that when you bring someone on that's going to do like I don't know your social media campaigns, they know why they're using that exact color and
Exactly.
what that color stands for. So
Like Facebook with blue, it means community.
yeah, yeah. See, there you go. Like, what do these colors subliminally mean to us? I mean, I don't even see like the little like the red of the Coca Cola, but then
It means classic. Like red means classic.
yeah, but then what else is red? Red is a warning. So
Caution.
yeah, so then it's kind of like okay, what do these colors represent in a positive, but what's their negative?
Yeah, like what outweighs pros or cons
Yeah,
on the color.
yeah. So you're kind of like right, shit, okay. And like, so you got to learn that before you can teach that to someone else, because someone will be like, oh, do you know what? I don't